Hi guys, and welcome to Sue's Quick and Easy, where everything is so green here today. Look, I have green in my jacket, I have green serrano peppers, I have green mint, I have green lime. I've got green everything. It is so awesome, and spring has sprung. It has been so hot around these parts, oh my gosh. But I wanted to wear a festive jacket for you guys anyways. So what I have here is, I have a steamer. I filled it up with some water, but I think I'm going to put a little tiny bit more water in there because I don't think that's enough. Because I don't want my peppers to get burnt. Okay, so you want to make sure there's enough water to steam properly. Okay. So what we're going to do, this recipe was supposed to be called prosciutto and poblanos. Didn't turn out that way because I couldn't find poblanos. So these are serranos, which is supposed to be just a little bit hotter than a jalapeno. Is that correct? I think so, because I was looking up peppers earlier. But I don't want this because I'm going to be using some lovely mint. And I don't want it to be overwhelmingly spicy, this recipe. So that's why I'm going to steam my serranos first. So I'm going to just kind of put over half of those in there. And then I'm going to put the lid on and probably put it in the microwave for about 6 minutes. And let it steam in there. And then I'll come back and I'll show you the next step for my prosciutto and serrano and mint recipe. So everything's all done. These are steamed. You know, some of my friends are a lot braver and would actually just go from this point on and not try to take the seeds out. But even though I like the heat, I am still a little bit of a heat wuss. And so what I like to do after I steam my peppers, I like to slit them down the middle. And I like to take out not only the seeds, but what you want to do, what has the heat in it too, is the membrane. You just want to cut that out. More gracefully than me, but it's hot. But anyways, you just want to, if you're kind of like a little bit afraid like me and you're not sure how spicy your peppers are going to be, just want to cut that out like that and get rid of it. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these, and then I'll put them back in here, and I'm also going to be taking the stems off of them. And then once I get all this done, I will come back and I'll show you me making some prosciutto with some serranos and some fresh lovely mint. So stay with me. Let's mute the TV, eh? Okay.
Okay, KKKLA.
Now see, this is real prosciutto. Prosciutto, it's got such a wonderful feel to it. And they said to roughly chop 4 pieces of the prosciutto, and oh, it feels so nice. It just feels like a thin veil of pork slide. It's like a slide that you put under a projector, but made of pork. Oh, it's lovely, but I just, you know, I have to cut it. My hand isn't what it used to be. I can't do the things with meat like I used to be able to do with this hand. So I'm going to have to cut this, roughly chop it like the recipe called for the rest of the way. I can't handle my meat as well as I used to be able to. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my skillet up. Is this thing recording? I'm going to turn my skillet, but not too high, about 300. Because prosciutto is very delicate, and so are some of the other things that I am cooking with in this recipe. So we don't want to do the high Susie like I usually do. We want to kind of tone it down, mellow it out a little bit today on today's show. So I'm going to use these 4 pieces of roughly chopped prosciutto. And then I'm going to set that aside. No, honey. Mama's doing a show. Honey, relax. Then you're just going to want to take a pat of butter, because you're also going to melt a pat of butter in there with it. Adds more flavor. And as you can see also, I have taken most of the seeds out of my peppers. There's still some left, but I wanted to just get the majority of them out. Now this recipe, they said that you can roughly chop it, or you can kind of do it like this for presentation. I'm just going to do it like this because I'm lazy. Oh, I mean for presentation. Okay, so we're just going to cook it along like this. And you do not want the fresh herbage yet. You don't want the fresh mint in there until this stuff has cooked in together and gotten together. So I'm going to cook this for about 5 minutes on the 300, real low and slow, and then I'll come back and I'll add the mint, and we will do a little bit of a taste test and see how this turns out. My prosciutto and my peppers, I'm excited. So stay tuned, guys. I have the temperature turned down. I'm going to turn it up to back to 300. This is looking wonderful together. It is cooked so nicely together. And this is just, the recipe calls for a tablespoon of fresh mint leaves. I've got about 6 mint leaves. What you want to do is you just want to stack them like this, and then just kind of fold them like that. And we're just going to chiffonade them a little bit, or cut them into strips. But it's called a chiffonade, right, baby?
Yeah.
And so you just want to do that. And then we're just going to sprinkle that in at the last minute, because you don't want to, with fresh herbs, you don't want to cook them too long in a dish. It'll take away that freshiness of it. Now with dry herbs, you can cook it as long as you like in crock pots and stuff. But with fresh, you definitely want to wait till the end of cooking process before you do that. Just a little tip from Sue's Quick and Easy. You're welcome. So we're just going to cook this real quick into my lovely peppers and prosciutto, and then I am going to come back. I'm going to probably cook this for about another 3 minutes on a low heat, and then I will come back and do a little taste test for you and tell you what I think about this dish. Come back and join me. Oh yeah, you're supposed to also, I forgot, you're supposed to add some sea salt. Oh, I almost forgot that part. Yeah, a little bit of sea salt will not hurt you any at all. It's going to be very good. Okay, that's it. Okay, I'll be back for a taste test. Stay tuned. Okay, so I just wanted to come on camera this time for my taste test, because look at this jacket. I'm like so proud of it, because it's like so springtimey, and I'm feeling really springtimey with this recipe and the warm weather around here and the great. God damn.
Sorry.
I'm trying to do a show here.
I hear you.
It's called Sue's Quick and Easy. Hello. Shut up now. Marital bliss. I tell you, we're still in the honeymoon stage. Okay, so. Robert. Fucking stop.
I'm not doing anything.
What was that?
I have no clue. It's not from the computer. I got it on mute.
Okay, so I had to step in front of the camera to do the taste test. The final taste test, because I'm so proud of this jacket. See my jacket? It reminds me of spring, with all of this lovely springtime recipes and the warm weather in the Pacific Northwest here. I am just in the mood for spring, so I had to show you my colorful jacket here. Now I have loaded myself up a bowl of this goodness, and I tell you, it smells really great. The mint in here, the prosciutto, the peppers, a little bit of olive oil and butter, and oh, it's gonna be great, all of it together. So let's take a taste. I'm hoping that these peppers aren't like especially hot. That is good. I mean, I was really intrigued by this recipe because it's not often that you see a recipe using fresh mint. But it happens to be one of my favorite smells. I love to make candles, and breath mints are cool, but there's just not many opportunities to use fresh mint. And my favorite store happened to be carrying it for once. Isn't that weird? I guess this recipe was meant to be. But it tastes so good. I mean, the serrano peppers, especially if you have no problem with heat at all, it will not bite you at all. And it gives it, because of the mildness of the peppers, the taste and the saltiness of the prosciutto really comes out. The fresh mint taste really comes out. This is a winter dish, and I was so excited to try it. It's so simple and so good, and that's what I'm all about here at Sue's Quick and Easy. So thanks for joining me this time. Join me again next time for more quick, delicious, easy, simple recipes on Sue's Quick and Easy. Now I'm going to go eat this delicious one. Happy spring to everybody. Bye. It was a good show. I like this dish. It's good. They're not bad.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. It's good, babe.